Hey guys, welcome back to the Truth Pages. It's your boy TTP, back with another video for you guys. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to this channel, hit the bell so you can get your notifications every time I drop a new video like this. Like this video, comment on this video, share this video. Oh boy, let's talk about it. Now, if you've been following this channel for a while, I did a video talking about how there would likely be some type of purge scenario playing out sometime in the future. Now, if you have not had a chance to check out my video on the coming purge, I'll make sure to leave it linked in the description box below. But the circumstances surrounding this election are very, very interesting because, as you guys may already know, there was a purge movie called Election Year, where the purge plays out during an election year. So I feel like there's definitely something on the horizon, and that this Purge movie was definitely predictive programming. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you guys that I know something is going to happen. I'm not going to sit here and try to fearmonger you and scare you and say, oh, there will be civil unrest. We're just going to take time in this video to look at some of the information that I have about this particular situation, and then from there you can make your own judgments and your own theories based off of the information presented. So let's go ahead and let's take a look at this a little bit more closer. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is some of these celebrities that have spoken out in favor of Trump. You have 50 Cent that says he favors Trump over Biden because Biden is going to give us very high taxes. You have Lil Wayne that met with Trump to discuss his platinum plan. And then you also have Ice Cube that met with Trump's administration to also discuss Trump's upcoming platinum plan. Now, here's the thing. What the mainstream media has done is they've taken these situations and they've spun a narrative on it to make it seem as if Lil Wayne and Ice Cube, I'm going to say those two specifically because 50 Cent ended up later recanting his support of Trump. But the mainstream media took this narrative that Cube and Lil Wayne were coming in support of Trump. And that's not the truth. They met with him to discuss his platinum plan. They never said that they were Trump 2020. They never said that they were pro-Trump. They just literally met with him to discuss the platinum plan concerning the people of their community. And because of this narrative that this false narrative that the mainstream media has spun, 50 Cent has gotten backlash for what he said. Lil Wayne, Ice Cube, they all got dragged by people that were once their fans who say they're not going to support them anymore. They called them sellouts. They said that they were buck dancing for Trump. And that's just not the case. But see, this is what the mainstream media has done. They have taken this information, they put their narrative on it to cause division, which is another thing you also have to understand is these celebrities are used to push agendas. And if civil war and civil unrest is part of their agenda, they're going to use these situations, put their narrative on it, and make people be at war with each other. So now we have two sides. We have the rappers that have come out to discuss things with Trump, and then we have people like Cardi B who interview Joe Biden, who support Joe Biden. So once again, divide and conquer. It's all about division. If they want a civil war, they need to make people butt heads with each other, especially in the hip-hop community, because that's where a lot of the influence is. Let's continue. Now, let us also mention the fact that Lil Pump came out in support of Trump. Take a look.
All I gotta say is Trump 2020, bitch. Fuck, I look like paying an extra 33 in tax for Biden, bitch ass nigga. Fuck Sleepy Joe, nigga. Trump 2020, bitch. Ah!
Now, the next thing I'm going to talk about is how Walmart unstocked its shelves because of their fear of civil unrest, right? So they took all their guns off the shelves, and because they knew civil unrest was coming. And then as of recently, they restocked the shelves with guns. So that tells me that maybe at first they didn't want the guns to be there, But then they realized that this is a very likely scenario. So they said, oh yeah, we'll bring the guns back. We know something's going to happen. So we're just going to make as much money as we can off of it by allowing and giving people tools to be able to participate in a civil war. Take a look at these news clips.
The gun counter, display kits, and shelves that held firearms and ammunition at this store in Mount Airy were empty this afternoon. But now Walmart is reversing its decision to remove guns from its sales floors in all of its stores that sell firearms. According to an announcement today, the company says it now sees the threat of civil unrest as geographically isolated. We've made the decision to begin returning these products to the sales floor today, the statement said. Before the reversal, shoppers here in Mount Airy reacted to the concern that Walmart expressed about the possibility of civil unrest.
I have to believe that they are just looking out for their customers and their community.
The whole world is just crazy right now.
I think it's a good thing.
I'm supportive of it. I don't think it's per se a Second Amendment issue. I think it's just people are scared that, stuff's going to happen.
Walmart's reversal comes after stores in Philadelphia were targeted during unrest in the wake of the police shooting of a black man Monday. Stores in Minneapolis were also targeted after the murder of George Floyd in June. The store chain announced the removal of guns from sales floors nationwide Tuesday as a precaution. That decision now reversed, though this afternoon here in Mount Airy, Maryland, the guns and the ammunition have not returned from the stockroom to the sales floor yet. In Mount Airy, Scott Broom, WUSA 9.
Local police are training for the potential of unrest during election week. KDK investigator Andy Sheehan joins us live now with an exclusive look at those preparations and how much they'll cost taxpayers. Andy.
Well, Ken, it's a cliche to say prepare for the worst but hope for the best, but that's exactly the sentiment of local law enforcement as they face a long election week with the counting of mail-in votes. Election day may be 2 weeks away, but the presidential victor may not be determined until days after. And in this highly contentious political season, that presents a problem for those in charge of keeping order.
Someone may be winning on one day and wind up losing, so we expect that there may be a lot of problems.
For weeks now, the sheriff's office and both the city and county police have been training and preparing for unrest and disorder, potentially coming from both sides of the political spectrum, not just on election day, but throughout the week. And according to this Pittsburgh Police Bureau memo obtained by KDKA, it'll be all hands on deck for the entire week, requiring massive overtime, easily in the hundreds of thousands of dollars. All police officers will be required to work 12-hour shifts from Monday through Sunday. The 40-hour work rule is waived, and past days are canceled, as are comp days and single vacation days.
It's no secret. 4 years ago we planned, and fortunately there was very little, if any, violence.
Police agencies have been conferencing throughout the region to respond in unison to contain any hint of violence.
All those entities are working together to have a plan in place if there are any problems during Election Day or any time after.
Sheriff deputies will be assigned to the polls themselves, where there is special concern about the voter right to carry firearms, something that may make other voters uneasy. Sheriff Mullen says his people must be prepared for these and other flare-ups.
It's unprecedented. You don't know we don't know what happens. There's never been like this ever before. It's history in the making.
Now, if a voter does observe a problem at the polls, they may contact the elections judge, who can dispatch a sheriff deputy to the scene. The county is expected to post a hotline number to the elections judge starting next week. Reporting live on the North Shore, Andy Sheehan, KDKA News.
Regardless of who wins, it's going to be questionable.
Will you accept the results, whatever the result may be?
Yeah, it's America. You got to accept the results, whatever they may be. And Donald Trump will too.
You think he will?
100% he will.
President Trump keeps claiming that the election is going to be rigged and that Democrats are going to cheat. We've come to Wisconsin to a Trump rally to ask Trump supporters what they think of it all. Trump keeps saying it's going to be a rigged election. Do you think it's going to be rigged?
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Because that's the only way that they could win.
Will you accept the result of the election?
Not if it goes Democratic.
Really though?
I would not be very happy with it.
If Biden were to win, I think that you'll see an uprising because, you know, the silent majority, I just think that we're not going to stand for it. We have the right to, you know, kick our government out if we don't like it. And I think there's plenty of people that would get together and do that.
You want to be there. You know, these ballots, you see, was I right about the ballots? It's messed up like you wouldn't believe. You know what happens while they're counting them? They're dumping more ballots in there, okay? Where did they come from?
Cases of voter fraud in the United States are extremely, extremely rare. Trump, of course, is trying to build up a picture that something is going very wrong at a fundamental scale.
I don't think it's going to be an issue in Wisconsin.
Most people we spoke to at the rally said they would accept the result of the election even if Trump loses, and they think Trump will too.
If Biden wins, yeah, we're not going to be out riding in the streets like other people do because we don't get our own way. We can be disappointed and then you go on.
There will be a peaceful transition. I think if Trump loses, that will happen by Inauguration Day. If Biden loses, I highly doubt it.
You don't think the Democrats will accept it?
No, they won't accept it.
Their fear is if Trump wins, the other side won't concede.
My wife and I both are afraid of violence may appear. And if violence appears, it's un-American.
You want my honest opinion?
Sure, absolutely.
A Trump win, in my opinion, is going to start up the same thing we've seen with George Floyd and our country burn.
If Trump were to win?
Yeah, I do. Because there's a lot of hate out there.
We have to accept what the majority of the public wants.
1,000 miles away at a Biden event in Georgia on the same day,
unfortunately, I don't feel secure about what the election results will be.
a similar fear exists of the other side.
He's called into question the American voting system so that all Americans are now uncertain about our voting process. And Trump has really laid the groundwork so that we would doubt the results should he lose.
I am fearful that he will not accept the outcome of the election.
There are a lot of like militia type pages going up and people threatening, you know, that if Joe Biden wins, they're going to bring up arms, and it's scary. This is the closest I think in my lifetime I've ever felt like that we could actually go to civil war. I mean, it's frightening.
I think it's going to be a very interesting process after November 3rd.
Now, those news clips make it abundantly clear that there could definitely be civil war and civil unrest following the results of the 2020 presidential election. Now, there have been a few things that have transpired within the last few days that I think is worth pointing out. I'm sure you guys have heard about the story where Migos rapper Offset, Cardi B's husband, was being harassed in Beverly Hills by a bunch of Trump supporters. Let's just take a look at that video real quick.
Looking at me like that, bro. Driver. Hey, Medina, have him turn it off. Turn off the car.
I'm not moving my hand.
I'm telling you right now.
Put your gun up and I'll do it, but you got your guns up.
I'm giving you a lawful order. Turn off the engine.
Hey, I'm not. I can't. My hand.
Sir, driver, I'm giving you a lawful order. Take your right hand and turn off the engine.
I'm not doing no orders. You got guns out pointing at me, bro.
Turn off the engine. That's all I'm asking you to do.
I'm not doing that.
Why not?
Because you got guns out.
That's my choice.
I'm not finna move my hand from my steering wheel.
Because we were told that you guys were waving.
You said somebody was told that? I'm a fucking celebrity. You know who I am? I'm Offset from the Migos. They're fans. That's why they following me, bro.
That has nothing to do with why we're here. We were told that you guys were waving guns.
You just watched somebody beat my car up with a flag. What are you talking about?
I need you to turn.
You told me put my hands up. I'm not doing that. You put my hands up. It's 25,000 people in my live.
I'm telling you.
You're gonna get sued publicly.
Turn off the car.
Don't move, man. Open this door.
So Offset is rolling through Beverly Hills, and these Trump supporters run up to his car and start pummeling it with the flag. And then news comes out that someone was waving a gun. Now, I don't believe it was Offset that was waving the gun, because obviously he wasn't arrested according to this story. But even if he was waving a gun, he was not in the wrong here. You got these Trump supporters coming up to your car and pummeling it with the flag because they see a black man driving a flashy vehicle. The only mistake that Offset made was driving a flashy vehicle in Beverly Hills. He probably didn't expect that this was going to happen. But the fact that these cops are surrounding his car, telling him to turn off his car, even if he was waving a gun, he was not in the wrong. These people surrounded his car. They were hitting his car with a freaking Trump sign, a Trump flag. And yet the cops want to surround him. Why are they not questioning these protesters who were surrounding his car? I'm sure they saw what was going on, but yet they want to give him a hard time and come down on Offset because supposedly he was waving a gun. Even if he was waving a gun, I don't think he was, but even if he was waving a gun, he had the right to do so because these Trump supporters are doing too much. And I honestly believe that, I'm not saying all Trump supporters are this, but there are definitely some white nationalist Trump supporters that hate people of color. And unfortunately, Offset was in a situation where he might have been dealing with those type of Trump supporters. So he wasn't in the wrong here. And if he was waving a gun, he had a damn good right to do it because he felt his life was in danger. Now let me show you guys another clip of this young 20-year-old girl being surrounded, these Trump supporters blocking her in and jumping out of their cars. Take a look.
That's fine. They're blocking me in. The Patriots followed me. This is their true colors. I want everyone to know they came. This is a hate crime. They're coming up to my car right now. Get out of the car! 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 I'm not scared. If I was scared, I would have left. I need everyone to see this. That's why I'm chilling right here. For what?
Get out of the car. I want to talk to you about why you're stealing my car. You are with that fucking pepper spray?
Fucking spray me, you fucking dick. You called me what?
Yeah, you are me.
I got it. Queen herself. Oh my god, what the hell? Ew. You came strapped up like that for a 20-year-old female? Oh, you a big man. For a female, bro. For a female. He walked up to us.
Come get it.
Come get it? Are you saying come get it? For a female? Hey! What?
Hey, she's a female?
Right here. No, so you guys can jump me? So you can jump me?
Put your phone down. What's up?
Put your phone down, baby girl. It's a toast for me. Hey, it's your fucking face for me, bitch. Do something.
Put that bitch up.
Do something. Motherfucker. My phone. Do something. Fucking slap your fucking phone right out of your fucking hand, bitch. Back up.
Hey, bitch. I'll stick that fucking goddamn camera for you.
Now, please understand, guys, that I'm not saying that all Trump supporters are racist nationalists, okay? There are actually people that support Trump that are actually good Christian human beings. But what you need to understand is there are two sides of the coin here. You have the peaceful, Christian-like Trump supporters, and then you have the white nationalist Trump supporters that hate people of color. Period, point blank. And from what we're looking at right now, I'm starting to really believe that some of these so-called Trump supporters are really hired by the government to cause this type of division that's going on in the world. If there is any type of bloodshed after election day or on election day, you better believe that some of these people have been paid and might just be mercenaries that are going around killing niggas, shooting niggas, terrorizing niggas. I mean, you know, I try not to use certain types of language on this channel, but sometimes I gotta just tell it like it is. Let me show you another video of this actress. Honestly, I don't remember her name. Her name doesn't matter. But listen to what she's saying about these protesters. Not protesters, Trump supporters. Take a look.
Just on the 405, and I got stuck in that stupid Trump rally, and they fucking boxed me in, and they're pointing at me and laughing at me, saying, ha ha. And literally, I almost crashed because they wouldn't let me out. I was trying to go around it, and they were all stopping and going. They boxed me in on the fucking freeway. All I wanted to do was go around, and they were just being so violent. I could have crashed. I could have fucking crashed. It was so dangerous, and I just don't understand why that's the country that y'all are supposedly wanting right now. Really? That's what makes America great? That's fucked up. I could have fucking died right now. That was so fucking dangerous. Pointing at me and laughing at a Mexican. Oh God, that was really fucking scary.
Hey guys, so it's really early here and I'm going to the airport and I just got stopped. My car was surrounded by a bunch of Trump supporters. I was like going through the Trump rally and they were like, oh hey, America is free for all and do you want to join our side? We love you, you're beautiful. They call me beautiful and they were like, you don't have to be a victim because of your color. And then they were like, hey, capitalism is for everyone and we want to put more money in your pocket and not have socialism. And then they were like, oh hey, do you want to come with us because we're going to have like a beer? I was like, what even is this? Is this what you people like to make America great again? Like inclusion and like support and unity? And then they were like, hey, we know it's hard for you, so like we're gonna give you a free ride to the airport. And I was like, no. And I got out of there, you guys. I jumped out of my Uber and I ran and I'm like shaking right now. Please share your story if you've similarly been attacked by Trump supporters, because like this love is like too much.
Do you guys see what's going on here? These Trump supporters are doing too much. They are stopping cars, okay? They are surrounding vehicles. They're jumping out on people. And I'm not just gonna throw this at the right side, because I'm pretty sure these liberals are doing jacked up things too. I mean, the liberals are behind Black Lives Matter. The liberals are behind Antifa. So on both sides, you have mercenaries. On both sides, you have people who are paid to be violent against the opposing side. Now, one more thing that I need to bring up that is very, very important is also that the timing of all of this going on is very interesting to me. Because right now in France, people are leaving the country because a second lockdown is about to be set in place. There has been a huge increase in so-called terroristic attacks in France. And because of these terroristic attacks, people are fleeing the country because of the danger and also because of the lockdowns that are taking place because of these terroristic attacks. So the timing of this is not a coincidence. There's no way in hell, okay? You got terroristic attacks going on in France around the same time that there's supposedly supposed to be civil unrest and civil war following the results of the 2020 presidential election.
Very briefly, they are fleeing Paris because of the lockdowns coming in Paris, and they're getting out of France. And gridlock around the boulevard periphery because they're all trying to leave Paris and get out before the lockdown. This is dystopian stuff. This is deeply disturbing. France, of course, has also got the terror attacks, another one apparently, or could be. We don't know yet for sure. But once you've had 2 decapitations, I imagine it's a fairly easy conclusion to draw what the latest was all about.
Rowan, what I don't understand when we're talking about the UK, France, Belgium, Spain, that lockdowns hard and long the first time and are still going through another wave, more infections than ever. What did China do? How did they just lock down for 2 to 4 weeks and then eliminate the virus allegedly? I mean, what is going on there? I mean,
we'll chat about that further. We've got
Sweden? Sweden? Hello?
Yeah, well, Sweden, exactly.
So look, that's the video, guys. I just wanted to make this video just to warn you guys to be safe and to be proactive. And if you can, stay at home on election day. Don't go outside. Just stay in your homes. I know people don't want to be locked in their homes and they don't want to have their freedom and things like that being jeopardized. But what's more important? Your safety or your need to go outside? We don't know what's going to happen. But based off of the information that I've shown you, it's up to you to decide what's best for you. But I hope that you guys will heed my warning and maybe nothing will happen. But considering what's going on, I think that there's a good chance that it will. I mean, look, let me show you. Even the White House is putting up a fence around the White House just in case there is civil unrest and civil war. This has never, ever in American history been done. And this is why I want you guys to take what I'm saying seriously and stay in your homes. It's your boy TTP. I love you guys. I'll catch you guys in the next video. God bless.